कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen, yaar, don't be so conservative. Mary, do it here. Right next to Niv's shoes. Good girl. Yeah, I've got the stuff. I'll clean it up. Don't worry about it. Of course, the chat is alive because we had a false start. Yeah, it was anticlimax actually. I already started talking and apparently we weren't live. We went through 2 topics in those 2 minutes. But the rascals on the chat already pointing fingers at the 3 of us, Niv, Punit and me, and we are innocent. We were on time. We were ready. We were good to go. The fault lies in the hands of others whose names I shall never mention, who will be so petty and small-minded as to take names.
Cyrus, we can't put the ticket collectors in jail. That wouldn't be...
See, it's a good idea, but for us, I'll tell you why it doesn't work. We can't sell tickets. So, nobody's going to buy. That's the problem. They can't sell tickets either, by the way. All issue to come up at the moment with 150 plus people dying. I suppose that's lower in the chain of things to be investigated.
2 rupees was the entry ticket, which is actually higher than the early bird ticket for open mics in Mumbai right now.
Yeah. I was thinking we'll move up to 2 rupees with our show at one stage.
Oh, which is a show that we're having.
Yeah, good segue. 13 November apparently.
Yeah, 13 November. Yeah, at Jeff Goldberg's studio. And apparently.
The link is in the whatever.
The link description
is in the
description.
Cyrus, are you also performing there?
I wouldn't use the word performing. I'll be there for 5 minutes. Whatever happens. Maybe 10.
For 5 minutes?
Okay, half an hour.
Are you going to open the show and leave? Like cut
Wait,
that
you start early, I'll be there for 4 hours. But you don't want to start early.
Yeah.
You want to start at 8, 8:30.
Don't you want to see how funny the people on your panel are?
I've been with them for 6 months.
Sacrosanct. He won't wait back.
What's going to change? You think they're going to take steroids and come? Suddenly it's be totally different guys?
I've seen Cyrus leaving award functions with all the celebrities. They're like, fuck them because time is over.
Yeah.
He's not waiting back for hours.
Time is a key thing. More importantly, you have to cross the link, pay extra and all that. There's no end to it. Come on.
I get it. Yeah. But also, like, apparently the tickets are selling fast. That's what Shreyas told me to say.
There are only 20 seats.
I don't know if that's true.
There are 20 seats, out of which IVM has been forced to buy 18, so we look good. Although I'm told this is not an IVM product. This is a Shreyas product.
This is a Shreyas
I always thought it was an IVM thing. I think we've been conned.
We're just riding on IVM's coattails.
But that's not fair. He's doing his personal thing. Punit is a producer par excellence. Well, what do you feel?
Fast filling is a very subjective thing. So.
You cynical bastard. You're urinating all over our show. Where's my pet products from HUFT to clean it up?
That sounded very appetizing. The way you said lemony, I almost felt like...
Yeah, but why not? When you're going to clean up that kind of thing, you want a good flavor, bro. You can't have the same smell. The smell is everything. The khushbu changes the whole feel.
Yeah.
Suddenly, potty is not such a bad thing. I mean, it is, but you know what I mean. Relatively, if you have a pet. But you can try it with humans as well, by the way. Especially small humans whose size of their, stuff will be exactly the same. Discharges will be the same as an animal. Because as you get older, like a Punit age male, will give you much more bang for your buck. So,
fair enough. Yeah. But does it still stink, though?
I haven't tried it on the humans yet, but I will. Now, the second half of the day.
You tried it on the dogs, though.
We have. They've sold the product. I mean, they're very successful with the dogs.
I just want to know if it stinks.
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
That's cool.
The smell changes.
Like otherwise, you just have a big block of whatever.
Yeah.
And it'll stink in your house.
Smell battles are their own thing. I mean, you can't say for sure. There are some smells.
But wouldn't parents and grandparents feel bad कि मैं तुमको पाल पोस के बड़ा किया तू अब ये भी साफ नहीं कर सकता है without a product?
Wow,
oh my God.
Your family demands a lot, I must say. I'm surprised you're still there. I would have left if this is it. When your parents telling you, clean up, beta, or else. Oh my God.
There's not much money in political comedy, so.
Yeah. Political comedy?
Yeah, what is that? Like, is that your forte? Is that you've decided you're never going to talk about anything else?
His forte is engineering, and he's an MBA. But unfortunately.
Are you an MBA?
Yeah.
Who isn't?
Wow.
Which comedian isn't?
I'm not an MBA.
Yeah, damn you, you're bringing down the market. These guys are so overeducated. They don't understand their own jokes. It's like that. Yeah.
That is just a category people impose on you. But in general...
Have you listened to your comedy? What do you think? You're talking about who? Athletics?
See, everything is political if you're educated enough. It's like what Osho says, that only fools are not controversial.
Right.
That's what it is.
Yeah, and he had 99 Rolls Royces, so you can't argue with that guy. And he doesn't... Funny part, irony here, he didn't know how to drive. Imagine having 99 Rolls Royces, but you don't know how to drive. So you can't do anything with them. You just look at them. You're the only guy in your entire ranch or whatever who can't do anything with the Rolls Royces. Is it Royces or is it Rolls Royce?
I see.
Or is it just Rolls
Pretty
Royce
sure
and
it's
another
not
Rolls Royce?
Royce.
Depends on where you buy from, I guess. From
But you know these things-
Royce sounds like my cousin in Bandra. Hey, Royce!
I tell you how underconfident I am, though.
Why?
Whenever someone tells me a word is pronounced a certain way, I immediately believe it. Like one time when I was in school, someone pronounced giraffe as giraffe, and for a second I was like, maybe that's
There must
the
be cultures
actual
where it is giraffe.
pronunciation. Yeah,
I'm
be
sure if
giraffe.
we go around the world, there'll be a language where giraffe becomes giraffe.
yeah,
Or
for
close
sure.
to
Like,
it.
what if it's just an accent?
Yeah.
That's why we should
And there's
bring
no right
Sanskrit
or
back.
wrong.
Yeah. Like bolo is like talk in Hindi,
like how
but in
the Irish
Japanese
go-
it's like your mother is a
Irish.
cheap whatever.
The Irish say shite.
Yeah, shite. That's
And
right.
Now I think it's cool to say shite.
I say shite, especially when I can't be heard. I'm like, shall I shite? But it's not quite the same.
Man, Indians need to do
Let's go
this
back to
with
political comedy.
The
Yeah.
Indian accent.
I must.
What are you looking at your phone all the time for? It's like you're,
I'm going to tell the first topic. Don't
she's
you
on
wanna
Kimball,
see?
I tell you, in the middle of this damn show. Huh.
What is
Kimball?
What is Kimball?
What the heck is Kimball?
Isn't it? What is Kimball?
Is it Bumble for people on
Bumble.
keto diets?
Where's the urine cleaning product from HUFT? Clean my mouth, guys.
Kimball.
Oh man.
Oh my God. Cyrus, Rishi and I got kind of punked today when we thought like a internet fake video was a real video.
Oh, and me, you
We
meanie.
I'm sorry, we have to talk about
Yeah, we
this.
have to talk about
Just
it.
because we have to spread awareness
Yeah.
that everything on the
Also because we're all
internet
pro
is
Elon Musk.
false.
I mean, $8 just for the blue tick. I mean, that's such a beautiful gesture.
Yeah, first
He
of
sounds like
all-
an Indian government minister.
Will you pay for it, Cyrus? You have a blue tick, right?
I will not only not pay for it, I'm not talking to him. I think it's ridiculous. It's just stupid. Every time you raise small money for more consistent issues, just imagine how much it adds up. Do the
You're not
maths.
talking to him like, last night
We're not
dinner
friends.
you had a
We're not
fight.
friends. Yeah, exactly. Like your wife and you are not getting on anymore. That's it. I've had enough of this guy. How arrogant. $8 sounds like not much if you live there. Maybe. Actually, it does because, they're going through the tube as well. But here, $8 is what, $640 a month.
He
Do
said
the maths.
it'll be parity wise.
What is parity wise? So it'll become 8 rupees?
Not
Because then I may consider it. Is it 8 rupees?
few hundred, but 8 is
Few
also-
hundred is $640 is the price anyways. I'm going at 80
No,
for
it
now.
won't be that high. But even 8 is very high for the trolls who work for the IT cell. So
Yeah.
and some of them are verified. So.
You mean you won't be able to tell if Rahul Gandhi has misspelled something or not? Because you can't say anymore. Oof, horrible. We went off point. What was the setup? So there's this, did you see it on the Joe Rogan thingy?
Set up for what?
So there's Elon Musk, Joe Rogan, this other guy from Twitter, and what's her name, Rishi? Vijaya?
Gadde.
Gadde.
But that is old episode, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he fires her.
Yeah.
And-
He fired her now, no?
Now he actually fired her, but
Yeah.
what we saw was a setup apparently.
Yeah.
Ah.
It was like an edit of Elon Musk firing her live, but it actually
got it.
didn't happen.
Yeah.
Just that it made it seem like it did.
They cross-cut
And all
it.
of us believed it. We were like,
They do
Puri
it
is
for
like a-
how
it's-
could
it's-
he do that?
No, we do it with our chat
On
because our
air.
chat makes no sense. And later on, Rishi edits it and gives an answer from somewhere else and all that. Beautiful. Thanks, Guru. You do great job, bro. Great job. Yeah.
Should we go to the first topic?
What
of
happened to the
day?
story? The story just died. That's it.
Yeah, it's
But
over,
it
right?
happens in wrestling also. No? They make a fake match and there's a guy
All the
talking
time.
shit to each other, but they are not in the same episode.
Yeah.
But it looks like they're gonna fight.
One is in the West Coast, one is in the East Coast. Yeah, you're right. But I like that. Punit, I'm thinking as you move away from political satire for safety, go to wrestling. I think wrestling is pretty good. It's a good area.
As long as
It
you're
is.
announcing, but
Much
even they
more
get
fun.
beat up sometimes.
Yeah.
So.
Much more
But
entertaining also.
no inter-community wrestling. Huh? The wrestling has to remain in one community.
As a
always.
caste based, it's maybe.
I like
It
the
is,
fake
by the way,
ones.
it
I
is
like
something
fake,
like
the WWFOE.
Yeah.
What is it now?
Yeah,
Is it different?
The
I don't know.
WECT.
Okay, whatever it is now. I like it when they it looks like they're punching your face, but they're actually just punching their own hand, and it's amazing. I like that. It's peaceful, but it looks violent. that's
It's
what
like
I
any fight in
appreciate.
Gurgaon. You do a lot of screaming and shouting, and you raise your hand a lot,
Yep.
but you don't actually make contact that much. You have to. It's just we do it. We Indians know how to do this. They learn from us. Elon Musk, I'm not paying $640 or whatever the hell it is. Let's go in the chat and see what is a fair price to pay if you had to pay. I'm saying $8. $8 Indian. 8 rupees Indian.
Stop it.
8 rupees.
For a blue tick?
8
Yes,
is too
why should you
low.
have to-
Then every
okay.
uncle in a society will have a blue tick.
Who wants a blue tick though? Why do you need a blue tick?
I don't want a blue
The
tick.
only reason I needed a blue tick was to go after celebrities that I didn't like and be like, because if I said something mean, they would definitely see it.
I don't care. I like the idea of being anonymous. Yeah, anonymous is great, and the other people.
It is. It's
And
so good.
Also from the other perspective, let the other person be anonymous. In case you say "teri maa ki," whatever, it's like you don't have to say sorry later. No, because nobody knows who said what to whoever.
Also, you can never get cancelled.
Yeah,
if
because you don't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly. You can
fabulous.
tweet whatever you want.
Elon Musk in your face.
If
What are you going to do now?
If someone takes a screenshot and
Yeah.
posts it, I'll be like, that's not me. Do you see? That wasn't me. That's
Yeah.
somebody else.
Will
who
the
got
real
him on
Slim
it.
Shady please stand up?
Please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. Stand up.
I love it. And if you get to the point where you do have impersonators, I don't see what the problem
I had a
is.
guy called the Bakra man who had more followers than I didn't even have followers. Everybody kept asking me, is that yours? I said, no idea. This guy was great. Yeah, he's much better than me. So impersonators are a good idea. I think we should keep them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
impersonators are nice.
In India, we have so many impersonators pretending to do good governance. They just impersonate, you know. I mean, it's fabulous.
Impersonation is more a compliment than anything. Like, I mean, if somebody has a picture of you, I understand the problems with it. But if you have to look at the bright side,
Yeah.
and if someone has your picture on
It
their
means you
Bumble
arrived.
profile,
That's
isn't
what
that
it
nice?
Bumble, guys, not Kimball. Just get it clear. We are talking Bumble here with a B. Huh?
Just saying. Like, remember when Orkut first started? None of us had our own pictures
Orkut,
on
you
it.
know about Orkut?
I know about Orkut.
Beta, I'm so proud of you. She knows Orkut.
People used to have celebrity pictures on their Orkut profiles. Nobody had their own pictures because we didn't know what the internet was. We were afraid
Right.
to put our
You dare
identities
put
out there.
especially young girls putting their faces out there.
Yeah, so we used to
And-
put pictures of Avril Lavigne
Yeah.
on our
Yeah,
DPs.
my DP was a picture
Talk
of
about
Duke's lemonade.
catfishing.
Are Kunal put one of a chimpanzee. Then we realized it was Kunal. For a long time, it was like, how sweet he likes animals and
Yeah,
stuff.
but Kimball is a good business idea. It
Kimball,
could- yeah.
mine. $8.
For,
For $8, I'll sell it to you.
for what? For people who read?
No,
No, it's a mix, now. You
no,
came
it's
up with the
Bumble
idea.
for people on keto diets because they're so annoying.
No.
Other people can't handle
Are
them.
you mix Bumble and something else? What do you mix? Bumble and one of the, it's the same product, gives you both the Bumble and what the other product was. We'll think about it and get back to the people. We don't have time. It's a live stream, so boo. GK says Kunal does so much impregnation.
Impersonation.
No, he's drinking. He's drinking.
Yeah, okay.
It's late in the evening in LA.
LA.
He's drunk out of his mind. I'm impregnating and all that
Yeah,
nonsense is
it's,
going on.
Green tea for you guys.
Wow. You become a health freak, huh? By the way, Punit walked into our studio, into our canteen and demanded green tea. Sounded like a young Malaika Arora.
I didn't demand this.
You did. You said, "Mujhe pila do green tea." Yeah, fuck off. Your exact words. And that was to Suresh, who doesn't speak English, and said, "Fuck off, kya hai?" And then went to search for it in the cupboard. Really bad. But you're talking about. He was telling us a story about Gopal, who works with us, famous actor Gopal Dutt. And how he's really fun when we were working and talking and chatting. And then he took a ride. He dropped Punit back after the shoot. And in the ride, Gopal Dutt, if you're watching or listening, please. Apparently, you were a complete battamiz, abusing your driver for small mistakes. Left you liya, right you nahi liya, that kind of thing. And just talking down to him.
Oh.
And so Punit came back all sweating. Punit was like, Gopal, the sweet, lovely guy. And now in the car, he became like this Adolf Hitler kind of personality. So he was completely stunned.
It's very strange that people have different
switch,
personalities.
no?
Like, as when
I
they
mean, to
road
be
rage
fair,
and
maybe
everything
you're
changes
missing something.
people.
Maybe the driver pissed him off for something else. You don't
No,
know.
no, Gopal is known to have a bad temper. Everybody knows that.
Yeah?
Gopal with us is different because he looks like we're like his NGO. He comes and just has a good time. But you see him at a play when he's directing or whatever. He's very aggressive, an aggressive man. So that also is there. It's just that you didn't see it before.
That's why I stick to stand up. You just have to put up with your own bullshit.
Oh
And-
my
No,
God.
but you guys are no different. You don't go home and totally different personality comes out. Do you have a different personality, Niv?
I have a different
There you
personality.
go. I
think a
thought
little
she-
bit, not very much, but a little bit.
But like, what do you like with a comedy people and non-work people? What do you like, here? It's different because you're like a polished act. When you're with the
See, at my home, the average age is 70 years.
so they can't hear your act.
So they take a fair amount of sarcasm from me. You got to like credit for
But do you talk down to your family? Familiarity breeds contempt. Like I talk down to my family.
Yeah, totally.
I'm like, Mom, come here, pick this up. Always.
Oh.
Vaisa nahi. Mine is more sort of
I've stopped hitting though. Because they're elderly. I said, marne ka it's not right. Draw the line. Yeah. Oh.
I was very scared of my parents for a very long time.
So that's a change in personality.
Yeah.
If you're a
it's
bubbly, confident kind of person at work, then you go back home and you're like withdrawn and repressed. And people are. I would love to see if you could put a camera in just to see whether there's a change in personality. Sparsh, are you different at home? But I've seen Sparsh with his parents. He's a very caring sort of guy.
Boys are always different at
Hey,
home
you
because
live
they
with
swear a
parents,
lot
no?
outside of their house, and then as soon as they
he's
go home,
on
they stop
Spotify. I
swearing.
didn't live with parents.
So अब तो आ गया, number तो आ गया. You're right to say this. Now all parents want to live with him. It's a different story altogether. You keep making fun. I'm telling you, one day he'll be a big guy. He'll only remember you as a guy making fun of him. None of us. Oh, you're the guy he'll go after. Punit Panya and Gopal will refuse to drop you ever again because of this incident. You're back on the track. train, beta. You're back on the fucking train.
At the train, I don't mind, but today what happened is
Oh no!
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you have a train story?
Oh yes, yes.
I got down
Compulsory.
at car station hundreds of times in my life, but
Yeah.
today for the first time I had second thoughts of going to the bridge or not.
What? Why? It's
Because
only 3 days old.
it's
There's
all-
a statute of limitations. You have to wait for it to cross.
After 6 days, it can
Yeah,
fall.
you can't. It's a
Because it's
proper
always
tragedy.
overcrowded like shit car in the morning. And then I felt I don't want to get caught on a crowded bridge and then be blamed by Goody Media Goblin for
Oh
dying.
God!
Whoa.
Oh, ouch!
Fair
Ouch!
Because it has happened in Mumbai
So
and
you-
Fiston, right? It happened, right?
More than once. Two.
But
We've had
then
two
they
bridges.
changed the name, so now it's all okay.
Yeah. The main thing is that it doesn't have to work again in Bombay. In Gujarat, they actually tried to renovate it and make it work again. In Mumbai, the project is just left
They
as
just
a
left it.
museum
Yeah.
piece for you to look at as you pass
Like
by.
the Lower Parel Bridge, you know?
Yeah, it's
It's
there.
like they're building a space shuttle
And
for 3 years.
it
now.
works very well in the beauty and the aesthetics of Lower Parel. You know, everything is that ugly.
Are you
so-
being... Oh,
No, it is. I mean, you
like
look
off.
around Broken Bridge, you'll be, wow, perfect fit.
It's
like
part of
that.
the scenery. Yeah.
Yeah. But coming back to the actual thing, it's a little. The Prime Minister, I don't want to, point fingers because it's like hitting a man when he's down. But he said he's going to call for an independent inquiry.
Independent.
My point is, why would you have to say that? What kind of world do we live in where you have to say that? Because otherwise, what's the option? There'll just be a general inquiry. Mera chacha hai. He'll just come and have chai and that's it. I mean, how can you actually say that? It just sounds so redundant, no? Independent inquiry. Oh my God.
I think
Cut
when you're a leader, you just have to say things just to keep yourself out of trouble. This is one of those things.
I think these are the ones that come from left field as a leader, which you're really not prepared for.
Yeah.
Because no matter how much you plan, when this kind of thing happens, oh shit. You're devastated in so many different ways, not just
Yeah.
humanitarian pain. Speaking of which, look at South Korea.
Yeah.
I mean
It's
that's
pretty-
as advanced society. If you see how
We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
So the difference between a stampede that happens over here in India where people are running and crushing.
explain the
each other,
difference
like-
between a stampede and a
Yeah, a crowd
Crush.
crush.
Oh.
So crowd crush is when a lot of people are in the same
like Kanye West.
yeah, in a small confined
Oh.
area. And then somebody tips
He's
over
called
or
Ye
like
now, by the way.
something triggers. movement.
Sorry to interrupt, but I meant the crowd having a crush on him, but it just went by. Because you guys are so full of yourselves, you fucking comedians. Mr. Ye.
I was thinking about the
Crowd crush. Go on.
Yeah, anyway, a crowd crush is when like there are too many people in a confined space and then one trigger, for example, one person falling over or something, makes everybody fall over on each other and then they can't move because they're in a confined space, so they end up crushing each other. You get suffocated,
but
have
in-
cardiac arrest, things like that.
So,
Because most of the
but in
people...
the stampede, you're saying they stamp on each other and actually physically
you
maul.
have space to run in a
This
stampede.
is for academic purposes. They died because of overcrowding.
But it's amazing. Korea, again, I'm not trying to be this black humor of any kind, but I mean, the advanced society, so they actually have these divisions.
It's a very
in India,
first-
what would we say? Huh? Arre yaar, wo to mar gaya. I mean, this is not going to be more than that, right?
In India, we have a great history of stampedes. No?
Yeah.
Jagannath Yatra, which is the word in English, juggernaut,
The juggernaut comes from
comes
there.
from
Yeah,
that it does not stop. People get trampled, but it doesn't stop because
It's
there's so
true.
many of them. We
Yeah.
can afford to lose a few.
They took that word from us because of the greatness of the yatra, which now, statute of limitations, we can sort of make fun. That, because
Yeah, everybody's making fun of it in the comment section. Crowd crush stampede is basically Toda Kutta. What is that thing that they say in Hindi?
where's
Somebody else is going to have to say it.
Tauda Kutta, Tommy, Sada Kutta, Kutta.
So
My
when-
dog is one thing.
So
your
when
dog
a
is one thing.
stampede happens in Colaba, it's called a crowd crush.
But I'm a little. I don't know if this is true though. That the crowd crush, you sort of die out of anxiety and stress and all more than physical injury.
Yeah.
I'm finding that hard to believe.
So
Because-
it's like there was no
because
space to trample. Otherwise, they would have.
Oh, I'm sure like that affects you physically. If so many people died of cardiac
No, you
arrest, it has
panic, and when you
something to do.
panic, you rush. One of the things you do, right? People like me rush even more. So I'm
But
already rushing.
A lot of
Imagine when
people
I
couldn't. They were
panic.
just like, I feel like people didn't. A lot of girls didn't even have their feet on the ground.
Okay, listen, I'm
They were
not.
just carried by the crowd and crushed in between everybody.
You want to make this into a girl thing?
No, I'm just saying, smaller.
Really?
I mean, I saw
So
videos.
Feminism has to rear its head here. I mean, people are dying and we still want to divide the
I'm
world.
not going into this. Sorry.
you remember, feminism is spelled with a P. Feminism.
All
Where
right.
we
You'll
are.
get called a racist and a sexist at the same time.
I mean, that's what the show is.
क्या फर्क है?
actually.
तेरे लिए क्या फर्क
I
है
don't see.
भाई?
I don't see any episode
See, the good
being
part is that
politically correct
K-pop
about
will have
them.
a song on this in a week's
One of them
time.
died, by the way, yesterday.
But there are many of them.
What
It's
do you
I
okay.
know. One of the guys who was injured died. My daughter gives me information. Like, I grew up on cricket. I don't know what to say, but I can't disregard her information.
In South Korea?
I know all about the Kardashians. Why do you think I don't want to?
Name them.
Chloe.
Okay.
Kim.
Okay.
Oh
no. Oh,
I know. Just give me a minute. Yeah, you're putting me under pressure.
Kimbal is one of them.
Kimbal. Don't you?
Who's the oldest? Who's the oldest? You're missing the oldest.
The one who owns this thing. The
one who's now like going out with that dude from the Foo Fighters.
Kendall.
No, that's
Jenner.
Jenner.
But part of the family.
Who the oldest is? You're missing the oldest.
Yeah.
Man, this is so much fun.
Kylie.
No, it's the youngest.
Huh?
Isn't
Jenner.
Kylie like
Kylie
a man
Jenner.
now?
This is a great quiz.
You don't understand pop culture. You don't interfere when young people are talking. You stay there and do a train के बारे में, politics के बारे में, stampede के बारे में, और rush क्या होता है, वो सब करो. Leave us alone to discuss the real things of life, like Kardashians versus Jenners, who are in the same species, by the way. It's like
the same mom, different dads.
Yeah, so it's like the zebra and the donkey. You know, they're very similar. Very similar.
Actually, the Jenners have 2 moms.
Well, 3 moms, because he's a mom now. I mean, that's what he wanted to be. That's not my choice. Bruce Jenner is now
I just saw one video
or something.
about the Kardashians' curse that whoever they date, that
dies.
Or is destroyed, worse than death, like Kanye.
I wasn't even thinking of him. I was thinking of that Robert, the lawyer fellow who was O.J. Simpson trial. That was the first guy.
Yep.
And he dies. Then this guy becomes a lady out of choice. So his male side died. And Kanye, who decides to attack Judom and Jewish people for random reasons that are known only to him. That guy's strange, yeah.
Like,
I wonder if he has some Parsi blood, you know.
He's
He's really eccentric. I mean, seriously eccentric. He's like, you gotta have an uncle like that in your family who just says everything wrong.
And so confidently.
Confidently.
Yeah.
And I worry about what the next thing is going to be because he's just going to offend everybody within 5 minutes. Is he a stand-up comedian also?
He's not.
In his mind,
he's
he
very
is
funny.
probably.
Yeah.
I remember him having that White Lives Matter t-shirt.
Oh,
and then he
yeah.
said, except Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. In all of his stupidity.
But do you know what K-pop is, Cyrus?
Yeah. The Korean group.
Yeah.
And the entire genre. Yeah.
Is it one group?
K-pop is not one group. K-pop is just
the genre.
Yeah, the genre.
No. So she's listen. These kids listen. Indian kids listen to this. You guys,
it's
you listen?
mainstream now.
But my daughter's generation listens to all this. Okay, I'm not saying they're the top of the line listening. But
I have listened. Meghnad is a fan of BTS.
But that's because they're all short guys. So his thing is about heightism. He relates to that, you know. Like I've seen Meghnad. You know which is his favorite fairy tale? Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And he doesn't even like Snow White. Like no interest in Snow White.
That sounds like a porn video.
Because he ain't no racist. He's not going for Snow White. No way. Yeah. Meghnad watches the show.
I think he's probably watching it right now.
Snow
Hi,
White
Meghnad.
and the Seven. I'm
I
sure this is
suggest
there on
you
Pornhub
take this
somewhere.
up the next time you're here.
Suresh, just lift his laptop and put it on the cupboard. One sec, we'll make sure he doesn't see the show. Just raising the laptop.
Hamisha is a BTS army. You have BTS army.
What is BTS as in a fan?
You.
Fanatic.
Army is like not a fanatic.
Fandom.
It's a fan. Yeah, it's a fandom.
Army means part of the army that likes the thing.
Wait, does she have time after all that she does for us?
Forget that. I want to know, Hamisha, what is the uniform like in this army? Huh? This Korean army. Yeah.
See, all the K-pop stars, they look like they're made up of candy and they sound like an iPad is crying. So that is
the ultimate betrayal. Punit, my daughter showed me K-pop in one of these talk shows in America singing Hey Jude in English.
Oh, yeah.
Beatles song. And I mean, iconic song. And I cried because I was like, how dare they? You know what I mean? Really?
It's cultural appropriation, isn't it?
Forget that. It's like using your child to destroy you. It's like imploding your body, you know. Everything that you think is vile and horrible. But you have to say it's okay because you can't say wrong things because the wife will then beat you up.
I mean, then you'll be happy to know that BTS has now enlisted in the army. So they're not going to have any music for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh God, they are BTS, we are BJP. Very similar. Yeah. So,
but that's only 1 year.
Very sad.
1 year conscription.
1 year, yeah.
So 1 year they're out. And then,
there was a whole debate on whether it was meant to happen or not. Nirvana said,
they'll be bigger and better than before because when they come back, Elvis went, exactly.
They won't survive.
Elvis went to the army, came back bigger and better than before.
They're all daisies. They won't survive a year.
They'll be treated like gods, yeah, Baba.
Yeah.
You don't understand. In other worlds, soft celebrities are the best thing of all. Only in India, soft celebrity goes into Big Boss and never heard of again. Speaking of which, Sajid, all good? Let's reach out. Sab theek hai? If you need a lawyer, look no further. There's an MBA here.
Speaking of East Asia, we have a story from China.
Ooh, smooth segue.
I don't think they like to be confined to just East Asia.
I'm sure they are because South Asians are darker. They don't want to be clubbed in with us.
No, Chinese policies take everything. Huh? It doesn't matter if you're black or white.
Oh, it does. Have you seen street interviews
Not
by
for China.
Chinese?
China just comes in.
I just don't prefer black skin. Is all.
They will torture you till you become white.
Hey, y'all heard about this? China, this song that's gone viral is Jimmy Jimmy.
That's the story.
That's the story?
That's the story, yes. Go ahead. So, Jimmy Jimmy by Buppy Larry becomes...
By Buppy Larry, who lifted it from
in China
from
to
another
a post-COVID lockdown.
One second, let's get the whole genesis of the song. Jimmy Jimmy is not his original. It's lifted from
Nothing
another...
is original with
Yeah.
Buppy.
Do you know what it means? Jimmy Jimmy
In Chinese, eat rice.
Gimme rice.
Gimme rice, yeah. But eat rice is better.
Sweet.
Because it sounds more vulgar.
Jimmy, the word means give me rice.
Yeah.
You say it slowly. It's a Jimmy. Punit, Jimmy. So you gotta change it a little bit over. Yeah.
But that song is very popular in Russia also for some reason.
No. In Ukraine there's no rice. I mean that's wrong. That's so bad. Sorry. But just tell the story now. We just started talking.
Yeah, but that's what it is. So apparently in China, they want to protest the zero COVID
They're still going on with restrictions by
policy.
the way. Yeah.
And so they started using the song Jimmy Jimmy because it didn't come under the censor because it's not a Chinese word, but it sounds like, right? So then they started using the song, started protesting with that song. And so it took time for the authorities to really take it down and stuff.
Yeah, now they will censor the word Jimmy itself, and everybody called Jimmy will be killed by next
I don't know. They've got their own politics. Who Jinta was being arrested left, right, and center. Jinping, is he there or not there? I'm worried that suddenly they'll have a new leader. His name is Jimmy. It's like he's a Parsi from Dada
maybe
Parsi
this is not Jinping and there's some other guy who looks like him. Never know.
You never know. Okay. All right. Watch it.
Following a virus
You're on the
outbreak and
line.
allegations of unsafe working conditions, workers hired to assemble Apple Inc.'s newest iPhone staged a walkout from a facility in
Where are they going to go?
Zhongshan.
To Tesla?
Employees began leaving the Foxconn factory after several of them became unwell in the middle of October but received no medical attention.
So this is another conversation we had offline. I don't know if the chat agrees. When you become this kind of, I'm not just talking about a head of an MNC or head of a revolutionary sort of thing, but a real top of the line apex predatorial businessman. And that means really the top 5-10 that are there in the world. Let's not take names. Are you just by definition really arrogant?
Yeah.
I think you can get there only if you're really arrogant.
Yeah, that's what
that
I
happens
mean.
even with fame.
And
any celebrity that gets a celebrity
Not any
status.
celebrity. This is really top of the pack. Okay, without taking names like Elon Musk and, etc. You know what I'm saying?
No, but you've got to have a certain amount of arrogance for you to be...
And delusion. Look at Kanye. He actually feels like he's God.
Did you say Gandhi?
Kanye.
Oh, thank God.
No, you know what? I think it takes a particular skill to even be comfortable with people praising you in such large numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, it can affect your mental health. I remember someone talking about Justin Bieber that way. They were like, he was exposed to that at such a young age. The fact that you're standing on stage,
he went from 0
and
to
there are
100.
millions of people.
Most people have a climb, so there's
of
somewhat...
course, that's going to have like a
Sparsh,
negative effect
the
on your mental health.
Watchman recognized him yesterday. So slowly you're going to get famous. Then you'll be, appreciated. But this guy it was YouTube sensation overnight. The Watchman recognized him.
Yeah,
and
it's
asked
not
him for
natural.
bakshish.
It's not natural to have like 1 million people like you that much.
And that quickly.
That quickly.
Yeah. Punit, tell us about it.
How does it...
I was discussing this with Tandon once on my podcast, and Tandon was like, it's actually better to get success later in life because you have more maturity to handle it. Otherwise, you become an asshole.
Yeah, it's all fine.
Even if you're older, you become an asshole.
Bro, that's all exactly.
You've seen the world, you had your share of...
But I'll tell you the problem. You look at the Vinod Kambli story, for example, versus Sachin Tendulkar when they're both equal parallel careers, etc. for a little while and all that. And then why does he go off thing? Of course, there's injuries and other reasons. But definitely the upbringing and background is not the same.
Matters, yeah.
This guy has all kinds of support system. He's got managers, he's got people looking after him. He never puts
if
a
I
foot
was
wrong.
on Spotify in my 20s, I would be complete asshole.
We have somebody who's on Spotify in his 20s and he is already complete asshole to nahi hai beta. You're just partial asshole. Partial kya hota hai Hindi mein? Thoda sa.
Ardh.
Ardh is half. Don't try, just because you speak better Hindi, don't try and push it over me, bro. I'll catch you. This is just bullying. This is courtyard bullying.
Oh, someone called Sumedh Bilgi podcast. Sparsh hasn't accepted my LinkedIn request either. What is going on, Sparsh? Why are you playing hard to get?
Sumedh is one of our big time producers. I have no idea. but he's a big name in Bollywood and he should be given respect. Yeah.
If you get a dick pic on
Wow,
LinkedIn,
Sean
can you report?
Bagchi.
Can you
Why
report?
is everyone sending Sparsh
One
LinkedIn
second.
requests?
He's changed everything. Yeah, he was discussing dick pics on LinkedIn. LinkedIn. Why?
Who's
Why is
sending
that
dick
wrong?
pics?
But why is that wrong? Because you're looking for a job, right?
Then you should send your ass actually, but sure.
All right, on that note, let's take
Hey,
a
bro.
break because we
It
need it
depends
right
on which
now.
culture you're in. Hello. Hey.
And this is where we go on a break.
We're here back on the show. HUFT,
Check.
thank you for giving us this show. Still have space for other sponsors, but don't want them because we are very happy with HUF. Punit, do you have a dog or cat at home?
I don't even have a room for myself.
Do you
in
have
my 30s,
do you have a
so
metaphorical snake?
No.
So you have no pet?
No pet.
You don't pet anything. Pakad liya, no pun intended. And Niv, over to you. The old men are
I
finished.
have the HUFT pet tales.
The HUFT, just the 87th episode of that, yeah.
Oh, it's HUFT.
It's HUFT, beta.
I'm so sorry.
Like it's FUCK off.
I was like, this is so easy to pronounce. Why do you have to say the letters?
That's
when
a
you
good
just
point.
say it together? Yeah.
I
I mean, if I were looking
that's
at
a well-made
this,
point
but you know
because
what?
it should always be the tough one, the
Yeah.
acronym. They will stick with the acronym,
If
like
it was-
LTKPL or something.
Yeah,
That
if it
makes
was
sense, yeah.
HFUT,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to say
Don't do
it.
that. We just got the sponsor.
I'm sorry. I got the HUFT pet tail story today.
Right
And
here.
would you like to listen
Would
to
you
it?
like
don't
background
have a
music?
choice.
I
I'm
play the
gonna go for
veena. He plays with himself. We'll do something.
Researchers tell the story of how dogs manipulate you with their eyebrows.
Yeah.
Fido destroys the sofa while he's sitting amongst
Typical Indian name, huh?
among the spot shreds and is scolded. The clever puppy looks at the owner with a certain look. Raised eyebrows make this armchair killer confused, sorry, and vulnerable. And forgiveness creeps under our best defenses. In 2019, researchers found that dogs evolved to manipulate humans via their eyebrows.
Well-
They imitate human emotions to trigger a useful response for them.
Dr. Cyrus will take it from here as a veterinarian and sociologist and a zoologist as well. I'll just quickly tell you my experiences 49 years with animals and my wife, who now as we age. It's very clear that animals, because they don't speak firstly, they use body language for everything. So once you connect with an animal and you understand that, it's just like a language at the end of the day. And yeah, they can be manipulated, they can be everything. Like, I'm always avoiding eye contact when I'm leaving the house, for example, because I know they don't like that.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So I only show eye contact to my wife when I'm leaving the house because it's like I won, you know.
It does make you less productive.
With my wife, now we can't afford a third child. Besides, nothing's working. I mean, with me, you know, she's fine.
And I continue. However,
She sounds like Aisha now. You know? She's like, okay, shut up.
this is not an evil plot against humanity, but most likely a real natural selection led by the owners. For thousands of years, people have taken better care of the dogs they felt connected to. As a result, the dogs developed special muscles around the eyes. Completely absent or underdeveloped in wolves, this type of muscle allows dogs to intensely raise their eyebrows to touch the strings of the human heart. The Siberian Husky does not have this behavior. This breed is a close relative of the wolf, so the Siberian Husky's eye muscles are underdeveloped. But really fascinating creatures dogs are.
Possible. I don't know if
I'm
this
sorry,
research
but I
is
was
correct.
very interested in this,
No,
in this
but
story.
I'm really interested in this story. You guys have your stories that you're interested in, bridges and trains.
Do you know that there's going to be this technology where you can hear understand what dogs are saying? They're trying to like, those.
I can't understand what humans are saying still.
No, they're like translated to human language. So
Yeah.
if you're leaving the house, you can't just like ignore
There's
your
a
dogs by not
technology for that.
So-
having eye
Punit-
contact. You'll hear your dog say it in your ears, like, don't leave, don't leave.
Will a dog in Punjab
gonna
be
miss
giving
you.
Punjabi galis? I mean, how does that work out? I mean, oh, back up, come here. Don't leave now. That'd be interesting.
Is
to
it
know.
like a real technology or is like one of those Instagram
it's one of
stupid
those-
plugins?
Stop
It's
saying, is it
one
a
of
real
those
technology? Because everything is
futuristic
real now. It's scary.
Yeah.
AI has
You
just
don't
changed
think
the
it
whole
can
game.
happen?
I mean, what are you all saying? We are soon going to have metal spouses. Full metal. Heavy metal.
Spouses.
Cut to song. I mean, it's coming, bro. It's the future. Niv doesn't have to marry one of us. She's going to get herself a nice metallic.
Cyborg.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
But why metallic?
Which you program the way you want.
Oh.
Think
I
about
mean-
it. You completely control that person, but pretend not to, because you already did it through the software. Get it? I think it's a great idea.
I mean, but it's boring though.
Oh, you don't.
You
wanna
want
go,
complex
now you want to go
human
back to one
relationships.
terrible Indian male.
Women
Yeah,
don't
you
want,
want
a guy.
complex.
They want a project.
Yeah, they
so-
go for 10,000 years. They've
That's
complained.
not true,
Oh.
Punit. Stop it.
Oh, what a
Back
waste.
with that
What a waste.
horrible theory.
Oh, scientists are working without food. They're chained in the
Women like
backyard
men
of
that they're
Elon Musk's
attracted to,
cellar,
all right?
trying to develop
They're
this.
attracted to
No, they're not,
basket
Punit.
case.
Really? You're right, Punit. Dr. Punit, I give it to you. You're absolutely right. We wasted our time. You deserve men.
Are you saying that
Women
Cyrus
deserve men.
was a project? Actually,
He is a continuing project.
I'm an out of work project. So project without a project in a sense. Project list. Yeah. Somebody said Full Metal Jacket. Watch Black Mirror. See Black Mirror. If you familiar with the
No,
show.
I
Bill
don't know
Burr
what
has
this is.
this bit where even Mandela got divorced. So he says, you can't be nice enough. No, things do fall apart
that's a good
eventually in
point.
all
Yeah.
relationships because of the
And
dynamic.
27 years on Robben Island, if that doesn't keep the marriage going, what
okay,
does?
let me just say something though.
Yeah.
Just because you're a nice public figure doesn't mean you're nice all
Exactly
the
what
time.
we were
It's
discussing.
really easy to be nice for
Yeah.
5 minutes in front of people and then you go back to being
It's
an
like
asshole at
dating,
home.
so you put on the best persona, but it's not like a lie. There's that side to you. You put that on in public or with people or whatever, and then you go back home and Gopal screams the driver. That's exactly what we said. But Punit, you're not like that, you said. And
It's
you
like a
said,
Tarantino movie almost.
Yeah?
He has a garage full of
Wow.
tools.
yeah. It suddenly cut to, their heads in the back of the car and all that. Yeah. So, ye kaun tha? Wo last driver. Wo left nahi liya, right liya. Okay, sorry, we're in the middle of a show and we should be paying attention to our lead.
I was just waiting for you guys to finish so I can tell you about the RBI launching
doesn't
first
listen.
pilot project for digital rupee.
Huh?
Oh, something's happening. On 13th November, we put a collecting tin up for Cyrus's glasses. Oh my God, they're going to crowdfund you to
That's-
get new glasses?
And the right side is longer
If
than the
I
left.
know Cyrus well enough, he's not going to use that money to get new glasses.
But they're going to actually buy the glasses because right next to the place where we're doing it, the Jeff Goldberg studio, is Homi Daruwala and Sons Opticians. So they're going to go there. They're going to fit it out properly. I just want a cheap pair. Apparently, you can get it for $300. I want $300.
Why doesn't it have the thing that goes behind your ears?
This broke on last two Tuesdays back at some shoot where I sat on it.
And
So
then you
you
broke
broke
the other
both
one
in the,
yourself?
in the car
For
because it fell
symmetry,
from my
yeah.
hand and fell
Oh
under my
my
leg.
God, that's so weird that both of them would break at the same
I'm just very
place.
rough and not in a way women like it. So, I'm a waste. I break everything. I can break all the handles of every door, flushes, glasses. I just lifts, hearts.
All right.
Oh, by the way, complaint number one. What kind of chat are you guys? How can you not point out? She didn't say it. She didn't say hello, 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 hello.
Oh.
yeah.
Oh,
My
yeah,
heart
let me-
broke. How can
I
you
mean,
say that?
No, everybody has a
You
different
cannot
style,
say,
I thought.
hey,
But
no.
it's by law.
It's
like-
tradition. You have to say at least thrice.
It's equal to Hare Rama, Hare Krishna.
It's
You can't-
Rishi's
yeah.
fault. Rishi didn't tell me
Rishi
to do
didn't
hello,
tell-
hello. Rishi was giving me directions the entire time. Also, he wanted to go home.
IBM is built on these four
He said I have
words.
to finish in 20 minutes or he'll leave.
God,
so
you become me, Rishi. You're me with everyone else. Come on, hurry up. Okay.
Alright.
What a great show, but we really dissected many stories today.
I mean, we
three are
just
psychiatrists.
talk about like things.
No, we analyze. The other guys are really dumb. Other panels are
Stop
stupid.
it.
I mean, there's one level of conversation, but we go into layers and we peel it like an onion. And 16, 17 layers later, we've come to the heart of the matter. We're still coming back to Gopal's bad behavior with the driver.
Yes.
After all this, see, it's all a full circle. Wow, Punit, this is great. You should charge.
For
But
this?
I think Gopal will block me now, but okay.
Gopal is in England in some really bad film he's ashamed to be in, but they're paying him good money.
We can't say that. It's not released
Now
yet.
it's already.
Hey, you know what? Wait, let me just say Arpit Bansal is on my side. He said, I was glad she didn't say because Amit has monopoly on that hello, hello.
No,
hello
that's
thing.
because they prefer the golden, silken, velvety voice of the young Shami Kapoor Amit. But
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Which
See,
is why I
Abbas
can't.
has tried in the past,
No, it
but
didn't
his
work.
hellos, like, they wrecked of
yeah,
poverty. But when Amit says it, no, it sounds like he has an offshore account. Like this.
yeah,
There's a,
yeah. Well, you're right. So there's no question that he owns hello, but you have to keep trying. Everyone has to come in and try. Silvery had to go on leave for a month because of the psychological ramifications of trying it and not getting the success. Yeah. But what did you say?
Just the hey.
She said,
I
hey.
think I said
just
hey.
the hey.
Typical woman of today, just no time for anything. Yeah. No respect for the oldies and what we come from, parampara, Sanskriti, that kind of thing. And all that, man. Where's the Vikas going to come from, babe? Where's the Vikas going to come from?
Can you say this line?
The men.
Cyrus, this
Parampara Pratishta Anushasan. But that's because I couldn't read it. I can say it, don't worry. Anushasan. This is Anusha, and if she had a son instead of a daughter. Were you in the room with Virat Kohli?
No, but Suzy Chaudhary was apparently.
So forget that. My mom, who's the nicest person in the world, is asking me, was it a white guy? Because she saw a hand in the mirror. I'm like, Mom, you can't have this conversation.
What are you talking about?
Oh. hello. So Virat Kohli had this invasion of privacy by some fan. Or
Yeah,
I think it's an employee of some sort.
It was so funny because he shared it on a story for like, I don't know, 50 million
We discussed
people.
that also. He was the first typical Delhi boy. He had to send it out immediately. Yeah. But I feel bad.
Oh man, that's hilarious. But
and
very sad.
apparently on Aaj Tak they covered it by saying कि Virat Kohli के bedroom का privacy हुआ ये something.
The investigative reporter was on hand.
And there's a
the bridge was collapsing in the background, by the way.
Photo of Anushka and Virat.
You know what I think
cover.
happened though? I think this guy just took the video to send it to his friend or some shit.
Yeah.
And posted it on WhatsApp.
You're right.
And then that some person he doesn't know at all got the video and then
but that
posted it on
doesn't
Instagram.
change the fact that he was in somebody's room messing around. He's probably an employee who did it and sent it to his friend, and from there, it's reached here. Now he's the most. It got more hits than the bridge collapsing. That's where we stand. It's not funny. It's not
no
funny.
one wants
it's true.
to see depressing things. Everyone wants to see fun things.
Didn't a Kohli fan kill a Dhoni fan or the other way around a couple of weeks back like this?
Kohli fan killed the Dhoni fan?
Or the other way around?
You're politicizing killing. Don't politicize killing.
Wait a second. Is today Shah Rukh Khan's birthday?
3rd of November.
I thought it was yesterday.
Tomorrow, no? Today?
When is it?
I'll just call him. Shah Rukh! just call Shah Rukh and ask. How old is he today? Same as last year? How's it go?
Possibly.
But are we allowed to celebrate
Do
his birthday
Bollywood actors age at all?
But also...
Shweta says she's not a fan. Come on, don't say that out loud. You can't say that. Right?
Now you
not
can.
a fan of who? Of Shah
Of Shah
Rukh?
Rukh Khan, yeah.
Now saying
like Shah
that
Rukh.
means you're a patriot. So.
Cyrus, do a Shah Rukh Khan impression for his birthday. Say happy birthday, Shah Rukh Khan.
I just did. It's a white smile. Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, I refuse to do that. Everybody, the uncle did that for about 15 minutes. Yeah, I can't do that anymore. I mean, if he hears that, he'll probably shoot you if it's a private gig or something. Yeah.
Whoa.
Shah Rukh. But he's a nice guy. I like Shah Rukh. I think Shah Rukh should be PM of India.
It's also very
At
funny.
some point. Not now. Now we got a good PM. Later in... No, jaldi nahi.
He
Jaldi
would
ke baad
never
nahi.
be
When this
PM.
time.
He likes a fun, luxurious,
He'll
happy
make a
life.
he's very political actually in his own way. I think he'd make a very good leader.
Sure, but very good
Except
leaders don't become leaders.
Except he comes late. So that's going to be a bit of a problem for me attending rallies and all that. Well, I've gone.
You think if Shah Rukh Khan stood in elections, he would win?
He might win a seat.
He'll have to do
but
Garv
beyond
Wapsi
that,
first,
beyond that, then once once these guys come to power, then the others take over, no? They lose that. That's why me and Punit haven't stood for elections yet. That and also we want to stand from Elphinstone Bridge.
Now the name is changed. You can't even say the name anymore.
Elphinstone Bridge. I know the Marathi. What are you saying?
Elphinstone.
Do you know that RBI launched its first pilot project for the digital rupee?
That's what you're going with?
That's what I'm going
Okay.
with.
Have I been to Manat? Yes, we had to shoot with him. So we had to go there. And this is a great thing. Only Vijay Mallya and Shah Rukh Khan have been late for their own home shoot.
It's a big house. No,
And Vijay Mallya was praying inside Niladri. And so no one could stop him because now his prayer session was on. And we just had to wait. And this guy, Shah Rukh, nobody knows where he was in the house except that Sir is coming. And then Sir came. He's really charming, but he came late. 2 hours. These things I don't forget.
2
waiting.
hours in his own house.
So if it was 11, I may have got the time wrong. 11 o'clock call time. He came. Yeah, he's already in the house. So we were set and ready from 11.
But it's a big house. No? It takes time.
It's a big house. It was one area. And he came by about 1. But he's really sweet. I mean, I got to say that. He's like the nicest guy ever to work with. He treats everyone. He takes
Have you ever
photos
been
with
to Manat? That's a really nice question. Have you been?
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, that's the answer I gave already. If you see the show
It's just,
later.
Hello.
Hey, you hey generation, be patient.
I was trying to get to the topics. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he gives a jappi.
No
Bruce
more
Wayne is
topics.
asking jappi, and he always hugs and all. He's really nice. Makes you
cute.
feel really special, and he does that with everyone. All the attendants and the lesser.
But can he
Lights
do
on the
that in the
shoot.
post-Me Too world?
Is that
Without-
really hard when you become famous to treat other people that are less than
No,
you
but there are
as
lots of other people. Lots of other people don't do that, so that's why he stands out.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. He really stands out.
And that's so weird though,
He
right?
hugs everyone. He shows a lot of respect. He listens
But I
to your
mean, you don't
name.
have to hug everyone.
He's a hugger. I like that. He's a warm guy. What's wrong with that?
You can't hug anymore, Cyrus.
I hug all the girls I meet, no matter what their age is. I say, hi, I'm so-and-so's grandmother. I'm like, wow. And even though she's in bed, with a few days left, I'm just all over.
I think the blue tick has to go.
Yes.
I had to become a hugger after moving to Bombay. Bombay hugs a lot. And then in the beginning, I was a little... and then
but cross-gender
eventually I was
hugging
like,
is okay
alright.
with you, or hugging with girls? only?
Hugging in general, I wasn't okay with. But then now
Like
I'm
if
okay
Abbas
with
hugs
it.
you, it could break you. You have to remember who's
Cross-gender
hugging.
hugging has to be sideways.
Yeah.
Like the angle has to be just right.
Or the hugging starts on Tuesday, ends on Wednesday. You want those long hugs. Hey, all only on chat today will listen to the show later. What?
Huh?
How disrespectful is that? Hey, all only on chat today will listen to the show later. He has no respect for us.
Wow.
He just wants to hear his own writing. That's what he's trying
No,
to
it
say.
is. I think there's their own tribal language that I don't understand.
Yeah. Everybody touches each other. Chinmaya
What do you
Mishra.
mean?
It's his book on masturbation. Start freelancing. That's what it's all
Locals में involuntary hugging होता है. That's
about.
what
Let's go back to our
Some
expert. The burning train, Sanjay Khan, Punit Niveditha. Tell us.
Also keeps you in touch with reality and
Yeah.
how real people smell also. Because people smell, no?
Especially
real
when the weather
people.
when the weather turns.
The
There
smell
are
of
certain
a
months
real
where it's
person.
terrible. My memories of public travel, of course, go back to 90s now.
But now, after years of doing that, I perfected my technique so well that I'm usually the first guy inside.
Yeah.
It's about physics and geometry and
Yeah.
just getting right in at the right time.
Yeah.
You're the first guy inside.
Okay, so you're a bit like that New Zealand batsman Phillips who took the Usain Bolt start and all that to run the run fast. Preparation is everything, and
Yeah,
Punit's all about preparation. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
There are rituals. Some people they touch the train when it comes in. So
Yeah.
they tap the front compartment.
Huh.
And they do this.
The superstition you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they hang outside.
Yeah.
So they really challenge
So
pushing.
yesterday, Oval Maidan, one of these young boys, and a lot of Indian cricketers do that. They touch the zameen and then before they enter the ground, right? They do that and for whatever, to show respect. He did that and then he tripped on the gate and fell on his head. And I was laughing so much, but I couldn't do it on his face because his mom was there also and his poor 12-year-old boy. So now every time he does that, imagine the thoughts that go through his head. All the zameens of India, wherever he plays cricket, when he goes down to show respect, he'll be wearing his helmet. Yeah. What's next, bro?
I was going to talk about how
Digital.
somebody is telling me. Okay, not
Digital,
somebody.
digital,
Grim
digital.
Fandango is telling me. No,
Yeah.
it's over. I'm not doing that topic. We're going straight
No,
to
it was
AMAs.
a revolutionary topic, but for
Was
some
it?
reason we ran out of steam. But-
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine. We don't have to talk about
Yeah.
it.
And we love the RBI, by the way. We're all RBI fans.
We are.
Yeah.
We are.
The Reserve Bank of India, for those who don't speak English, Reserve Bank, and it's right next to my office, where I have a small office. So it's if you guys want to come, you can always have a cup of tea with Badal.
I
who works
know
in my
you don't
office.
mean it.
No, I won't be there. That's why I'm offering it.
Okay.
So I'm sure, I don't want to entertain people.
But Grim Fandango tells me Bombay doesn't exist anymore. It is Mumbai now. Okay, so I used to say Mumbai when I moved here, right?
Yeah.
And then everybody started making fun of me for saying Mumbai.
Yeah.
And they made me start saying Bombay. Now I'm saying Bombay. And everyone's like, oh, it's not Bombay. It's
Well, if you
Mumbai."
want Kushrubag, you can say Bombay, but once you exit the area, you have to be careful.
It's,
Yeah.
look at the comment.
Oh, Grim. Why do they call it Sobo then? Shouldn't it be Somo? Yeah, that's correct, Grim.
Yeah. And you don't say
So I
Sobo.
did
little
a
angry
show in
about this.
Aurangabad last week. Don't ask me why. And and I had to Google whether the name has been changed for real or not because
right.
everywhere is Aurangabad, but
Yeah.
apparently it is Sambhaji.
Krishna,
and
Sambhajinagar.
it is Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar.
Oh my God.
And you know how that works. No? You have
Yes.
to say it every time.
Yes.
Otherwise,
And that's for Parsi, that's 2 tours.
yeah.
That's a lot.
And
to
2
get
H
through.
also after the C.
Yes.
So,
Guys, give us names we can say. Okay. Like Jayesh, good name. I can say it without any hesitation. Chhatrapati is always tough on the tongue, yaar. Please
it
please
is
show
Chhatrapati
respect.
Sambhaji Nagar now. I guess
Yeah.
we'll get used to it.
Yeah. My big worry is that in India, too many roads and stations have the same name. It's just ridiculous. Like the MG roads and the CSTs and all. You can't have 30 things in the I mean, it's in one block. I mean, it's just
We should
madness.
name everything
It's
after Modi. That is simpler.
you think so? But
Yeah.
with numbers then, so we can clarify.
No, it doesn't matter. As long as his name is being said.
Or we give an adjective which describes him with the name, so at least there's some difference, like Mahan Modi, Vikas.
Whoa.
Because- oh, wow. Yeah.
Just tell me. Sukun.
Like
Modi.
the- yeah, like
Use
a-
words that you've heard.
Oh, man. Oh, I watched Mughal-e-Azam. I just want to say
The
it
new
because
one.
for the
There's no
first
new
time in
one.
my life, it was actually someone
You're talking about
that's...
the play, the musical.
Yeah,
No,
the
that-
musical.
yeah, it's talking about
I watched the
musical.
musical, not the movie. Like the
Arey
in the
Punit, you
theater.
bloody banya. World has moved on. Nobody's watching that old K. Asif thingy.
Ah.
They've done a little opera.
It
And
was
they come and
actually-
perform and it's huge.
it was actually a Cyrus Says listener that took me.
Took you?
Yeah.
What's your language?
I'm sorry.
Who's
Took me
this?
to the show.
Who's
Like
the girl?
she invited me.
What's her name?
Urvashi.
They met on Kimball.
Hey, Urvashi, I hope you're
Urvashi
listening.
met on Kimball on Cyrus Says. The next thing you know, there's a romance going. Okay. So did you like it?
It was amazing.
but-
I could not believe my eyes. There
Yeah.
was this leading lady, right, who played Anamika.
Yeah.
She sang and danced at the same time, and she was wearing such heavy clothing like
That's
the
what they
Manish
do.
Malhotra.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, though.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was blown away. And what a grand play to watch for my first
So I don't
time
like comedians to
watching
go
the
and
play.
watch this because then you see real talent, then you feel
Yeah,
worried
you
about
feel
yourself.
bad about yourself.
Don't
Oh my God,
do
that
this.
happened.
Never
I was
watch,
like,
don't watch musicians and tangible talent. It's very difficult.
I watched that
But
and I
get
was like,
that
I'm
lady
so
to an
ashamed
open
of
mic
my...
and see her tank. No, it's a different skill. It's okay.
But
Listen,
she just started
Punit, let's
dancing
not...
and people will clap. Are you crazy?
that's true.
Enough open mics, we have nowhere to go when one
That's
joke
true.
doesn't
And
work, second joke doesn't work.
And then this guy, he knew that people would think she's lip syncing or something because she
Yeah.
was so good, right? So
Yeah.
he made her sing in the end. He was like, she is singing live, and he made her sing again.
Wow.
And I was like, come on.
No,
you
I'm
don't have
saying
to
wow
do
because
that.
after 3 hours you will hear another song. It's just
But
ridiculous.
it takes a lot of
2.5
courage to
hours.
do a Muslim sounding anything.
Oh God, Punit Panya.
Yes.
We
Oh,
escaped without
Anarkali.
unnecessary.
Anarkali, sorry, it's not. I'm
What did she say?
I said the wrong
She
name.
said Anamika.
I
For
think I
Anarkali.
did. Yeah, Anarkali.
Just the most famous.
Sorry.
She's pro-government.
Yeah, no,
It makes sense. She just ignored it. There was no Anarkali. There was none of that. That chapter never. The Mughals
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
Oh, great
It
stuff.
was love jihad there
Great,
also.
great stuff. So we
Oh,
balance.
man.
We balance the guy who attacks the government and the one who's pro. So we balance it well on the show. I'm glad to say.
But maybe it's a Bandra version of
And
Mughal
what
Azam.
name did you use instead of
I said
Anarkali?
Anamika.
Anamika.
But if you
Which is a
think
very
about
modern
it-
name. Very modern name. Anamika. Yeah.
It's a millennial version.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, you know what?
Ooh.
Also, we realized Kaneez means hand, like a maid. So every time, like in the dialogues, they would keep saying,
Kaneez.
"Main to sirf ek Kaneez hu," sort of thing. Like they would make it sound bad, right? And we had this girl.
I think more
we
than
were
maid-
discussing about why Kaneez's parents would name her Kaneez
No, it's
instead of
it's
Mallika.
it's a simple position. Like it's,
Yeah, the simple position, which is why we were
but
discussing
not
it.
like a down position. It's a simplicity of the
No,
position.
but they kept
So
like
that's
talking
praise.
So
themselves
if you're
down.
an
Like,
emperor, everything is
they
below
kept
you. So
referring to themselves as mere Kaneezes.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm just a Kaneez. I'm not
But
worthy of
maybe-
you.
maybe-
does
Kaneez-
it mean damsel or something like that?
Maybe Kaneez's parents just didn't like her. I mean, that's also a possibility.
Possibility.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Have you met her?
I've met all three. I've met all three. Not three parents. Her plus two parents. So don't look at me like that. God.
So
Kaneez, happy
she-
birthday for last Sunday.
Yeah, it
And
was
she's not
Kaneez's
here
birthday.
anymore in
She
this.
doesn't listen to
But
this.
she
also.
won't miss the show.
She's in New York City.
Actually,
Wow.
If you're in New York City, you should go catch Kaneez in your near like closest
at the
comedy
Bronx Zoo,
club.
where she works as a gatekeeper, waiting for her comedy career to take off. Yeah, all good, all good. Yeah.
Oh, Kaneez does have a set on it. It's true.
Anamika
Ah.
is a Jaya Bachchan movie, by the way. I don't know if that's true. Saurabh is saying so. We'll have to Google it. Yeah. I don't think it's true.
There's a very famous Mughal Azam meme also, no? Where like she's sleeping and Salim is sitting and saying, "Utho Anarkali meme post karne ka hai."
Okay, this has been a great show. Puneet, she isn't anymore, says Vinit K. I like to take the simple sentences which don't make much sense. Okay, so he says she isn't anymore, whatever that means. So pretty great.
All right, let's go. Let's go to the AMAs now.
Follow us on Instagram at What Cyrus Says for the best bits from the show, memes, and much more. Okay, I'm just saying much more, but you know, nothing dirty, I promise. Okay, well, I can't promise, but just follow and see for yourself, huh?
We have one for Puneet.
Okay.
There's a guy called Surya Karthik Yamujala. And
That's
he
from your
recently
side of the world. Can't you get this right?
No, because it's not. I mean, I've never said the name Yamujala before. I had to wait for a second
Yamujala.
before I said it,
Surya
just to
Karthik
make sure.
Yamujala.
I come from Murugesan.
It's Karthik. It's just spelling with two E's. It can't,
Yeah,
it can't
but
become
it's-
Karthik suddenly.
It does.
अरे दो लाइन
think
का
it does.
पढ़ लो टाइम लगेगा.
No,
You're
I'm-
getting stuck on the
Okay,
name.
okay, yeah, especially because it's about Puneet. Cyrus,
Oh, so sorry, Puneet
let's
bhai.
sing Puneet's praises right now.
okay.
Recently attended Puneet's live show in Pune, a small one-bedroom, wow, with 20 chairs, and 12 showed up because of rains, but he still gave his best. If that's not commitment to art form, don't know what is. I mean, you should have seen Mughal-e-Azam,
It
guys.
could also be failure, but okay.
Where are you performing?
It's a book cafe, and I have a soft
Oh.
corner for books.
Yeah.
And it's a Diwali weekend, so I
Yeah.
wanted to do a show anyway because
So there are only 12 readers left in India, so you can't be blamed. Come on, for God's sake.
Yep.
Yeah.
it's a nice small room, So you do what you get.
Always remember.
I mean, you always do small rooms because big rooms will be embarrassing.
I
Like
do,
you have a big
whatever
room,
the
10
girl
people
says
come
okay, and
watch you.
I don't really
and
argue this
once
point.
they are there, you have to give it everything because it's not their
Yeah.
fault that they are there. Your fault.
Yep.
So now you got to give it
But Pearl
200%.
Padamsi used to tell us a very simple thing in the theatre. When the audience was less, you just say, remember, it's a quality audience, not a quantity audience. Quality over quantity. It's like our podcast audience. It's a bit of a quality audience. Okay, I don't know if it's an audience, but whatever. Gathering.
Cult? No, okay.
Replace the L with another letter. Okay.
Nirvan says, how can Punit push Cyrus toward philosophy and all the existential crisis which comes with it? Cyrus, are you interested?
I'm very Nirvan. What's wrong here? Are you mental? I'm crazy about philosophy. I think about it all the time. I've got Nietzsche coming out of my ass. What are you talking about? The Greeks, the Romans, the Persians, the Chinese. You talk to me about anything. Sanyat Sen, let's discuss it. Love that stuff. Anything where you can just go on talking, I'm into it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like philosophy.
Yeah,
What is
it is
philosophy?
fun.
Philosophy is reasoning. What is reason? Reasoning is the
Absolutely.
vision
I
of
agree.
thought. I mean, there's nothing more to it.
Philosophy is fun.
Yeah.
Because
So it all comes down to
Nietzsche was
bullshit.
kind of Parsi in his habits. So.
you know what? The thing about philosophy is everybody can have an opinion at some point in
Yeah.
a conversation of
Yeah, and you can contradict yourself and still be right.
Yeah.
Which is very rare.
totally
Yeah.
fine. Anyway, Shavik Bagchi says, I didn't like poha earlier, but because I did my college in Pune, I was introduced to poha with sambar, which tasted delicious. What are some offbeat food
Okay,
combo
firstly,
suggestions?
Shavik, you're
would
off
like
my
to-
list. You're no longer my friend. Anyway, we are the anti-poha brigade, and I've suffered too much in small studios. You had to poha in small rooms. We had these really dirty studios where all of us
I've
are
also
touching
had
each
a lot
other.
of poha in studios.
Yeah, because the smell doesn't leave the studio. It's stuck in this one AC, small thing, one green screen. It's the size of this small studio. And it just totally
But
stinks.
I've eaten the rich pohas, the one with the peanuts.
God, you got
and
class
like
into your poha? You're dividing India on poha class?
I mean, there is poha class.
The rich and the poha.
Don't tell me you haven't seen poha class though. There is rich poha and poor poha.
Is it?
There is.
Yeah, you can put almonds. Yeah.
I don't know, but my rich friends...
No
who
no
like-
one puts almonds in poha.
You can.
I
Stop
got to
it.
Instead of
disagree.
the peanuts,
To
yeah.
quote the philosopher Descartes, I just want to disagree slightly.
The big guns,
Because
yeah.
I think of the guys like, say, Kunal, for example, who's from a richish background. They like poha. But they always like to like it from a dumbed down perspective. So poha is enjoyed when it's from a cheaper place. You get what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain it. It's like Belpuri is always
it's
tastier when
like
you take it from the
white
road.
boys trying to rap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for that one white boy is better than all the
All the other
non-white
ones. Yeah, yeah.
boys.
He's the king.
He's
But-
too good.
yeah.
Eminem. He doesn't have a name. He's just a letter. He's that good. Why waste a name? He's so great.
Rohit Atre says.
But I'm not sure that it was sambar. It's called tari because you put like a masala
Oh.
gravy.
Wow,
on
you're
the
a touchy
poha.
philosopher today. Huh?
Ah.
You caught him out.
Jai Maharashtra.
Rishi got really
Man's gonna
happy
take a
about
train.
that.
Man's gonna take a train back to Kandivali. Okay, he knows where his bread is, where his poha is buttered. Yeah.
Rishi started like punching the air and stuff.
In Indore they put swamp also in the poha because why not? Who's stopping you?
Yeah. And in some parts of Old Delhi, we put mutton. Oh, no, that's not.
No,
That's sorry. But that's just purchase joke, yeah.
In the south, we don't have poha at all. Like we've never
So,
had
did you guys,
poha.
I don't know, in the 90s, we had this
Avial.
revolution of dosa, something which came out, and they had meat, keema dosa and all that.
Yeah.
And we tried, it just didn't work for some reason, but I loved it, man.
It's
It was a great
available
idea.
in South. You get like
You-
all
do
kinds.
you?
Of,
You get, I mean, they
On
give
the
you
menu.
curry with the dosa sometimes.
Yeah?
Yeah, sometimes. In
Yeah.
some, like there are some places that exclusively serve only meat.
Yeah.
And in those places, everything you eat will have meat with it. So with a dosa,
but the
you'll get like
you're
chicken
basically,
curry and
instead
stuff
of
like
having
that.
Mysore masala, you're having a mutton dosa,
Yeah,
which is a Mysore
there's
masala
that
egg
plus
comes with,
mutton.
but that
There's
comes
egg
with
dosa
appam
also.
a lot. So if you go to
That's
an appam
different.
place,
That's-
they pour a
that's-
lot of like
It's
meat
appam or
curry.
appam?
Appam.
You don't even know how to pronounce. I know
I
that's
think
a
it's appam, though.
Malayali.
I've
but-
always said
Hello,
appam.
hello.
I've
What's
always
going
said appam. I don't know.
Sorry, I can't get this wrong. It's appam, right? How do you pronounce it?
I don't know, man.
Somebody, some Malu on the chat.
I told
quickly.
you, like if you tell me a word is pronounced wrong,
You'll
I'm
kill
very
it.
underconfident
You're in the right place.
about
You
it.
and me together should do a show. We'll destroy India in 5 minutes. No one will. Their cultural
I
identity
think it's
crisis across
appam,
the
though.
north, south, east,
Oh,
west.
no.
Yeah,
Always
there
said
you go.
appam.
Keema dosa in Bangalore.
Anyway, let's move on to the
So
next
there are
question.
these
Wow, I
places-
feel like
Question.
eating that, man. I loved it. I remember eating. Then the restaurant closed because it just didn't have a market.
You're talking about dosa?
Yes, no, it was called.
Adai. Oh, have you
it
had
was
adai?
called-
Oh my god, adai is so good.
Is that how you pronounce it? Turns out it's actually
Adai, no,
pronounced
adai.
bula or something.
I know adai is pronounced
The dish is
adai.
called bula.
What is
That's
adai?
what you should say.
Adai is like a dosa, but like it has lentils in it and like onions and chili.
Lentils
and
means dal, boss.
a much like
What's the-
channa dal, not
Yeah, but
not
what's
the urad dal.
Okay.
So it's a lot more coarse.
Okay.
So
and it's
not
thicker
in
and
the
it's
fiber
crispier.
of the actual dosa, you're saying. Not
I mean,
inside
it's
it.
made. It's like a pancake, so it doesn't taste like a
okay.
dosa
So it's not
at
like
all.
that plastic genie dosa you
It's
get
a
in Dile
lentil.
Parle.
No, it's a lentil.
But anyway, not a lot of
Okay,
people eat
Gitanjali
adai.
Nair means Mallu. She is saying correct with appam. Hey, in your face. Tamil Malayalam divide continues. You people are
Hey,
unbelievable.
but if Nair is from the border area, it is little grey area. So
Yeah.
Okay, then why do we say in
You
Tamil?
want to start a fight in the south
in
now?
Tamil, right? Listen,
You don't think there's enough polarization?
in
Go for
Tamil-
it, Puri Pania. Bring your philosophy out. Pull it out of your bloody pants.
in Tamil, right? If somebody gets owned or somebody gives you like a clap back that's really good,
Yeah.
we call it an apu. And that's why I thought it was appam.
Yeah.
Because that's how we used to say it.
What philosopher
I've
she
said it all my life.
What's she reading?
And no one said anything to me. But I feel like this is a problem with how you say things at home and they never
But
correct
she was
you.
NRI at
Then
one
you start
point, right?
saying
Exactly.
forgiven.
Exactly. Niv is like a Parsi. She's just recently come from Iran. It's like that. Just let her be, man. Okay, she knows what she knows. Doesn't matter. By the way, no one's talking about the Iranian revolution which is
Hey,
happening.
Tarun Kaushik is saying appam is different in Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Tarun, please help me out of here.
He's just got a crush on you, so he just wants to take your side.
You
You're
know
one of
what?
those
I
guys.
don't
he wants to
mind.
take you to a play probably.
Yeah. I have the same problem with Mohit. Mohit Mahalin.
Oh yeah, Rohit Atre wants his AMA to be asked. Do you think Nana
let's
Patekar
charge.
is a Cyrus Says
One
fan
appam
secretly?
per AMA. Huh.
He was seen asking Eknath Shinde,
What?
when will they start becoming Lok Sevak and not administrator ruler? What does
Well,
that mean?
it's not an original point from me or from him. I would think it's a 101 of a civics class when you meet a leader that, I mean, what can we say?
I think he means that even Patekar talks a lot.
Well, Patekar does talk a lot and he's a little more aggressive than I am and he speaks Chase Marathi, which helps communicate sometimes.
Yes.
But when you become the leader, don't you feel you should be ashamed if you just waste money and time on all this shosha, this tamasha that happens?
That's what
I mean, you
works
should not be
somewhere.
seen, you should not be heard. Just things should happen. Roads should get filled, the
then
structure
you-
should come up.
then you won't get
things
votes
should
also,
work.
no? Then you won't
People should
get
get
votes.
jobs. Hospitals should be good. It's simple. I don't get it. But everybody becomes a leader and the next thing they're all over the news. They're giving bites. They're on Insta. It's very important now. And they've got 10,000 chamchas everywhere they go and everybody's as important. It's like in the layer of top dog, every small dog, the Pomeranian onwards, all of them chest out. The watchman, the commando, the PA, the other. I mean, they all irritate you.
On the hoarding, you can see it. No, there's a hierarchy in the hoarding also.
Yeah, there is. But check out his bit on hoardings, guys. How do they check it out? That
On
funny bit you got?
YouTube, it is called MBA and interns.
It's hilarious. MBA and interns. Guys, you should check this out. This is really funny. His thing on hoardings. I died laughing. Because, again, you also have to have the connect where you're driving yourself or you're traveling the city and you're looking up at these hoardings when you're stuck in traffic and then you understand because this is what God gives us in the end to get through the day.
I've seen local punks in my area rise up the hierarchy in the last few years. No,
Yeah.
they were just like a small stamp size. Now they're a little bigger.
Yeah.
So now they become karyakarta, then they're neta.
Literally Falwala Gunda. Something like that from there. The fruit seller guy who's the bully of the lane from there. Next thing he's the Shaka Pramukh or the head of the
all
committee.
he can give a TEDx talk next year. No?
for the second time. Yeah.
Kids, follow your dreams and beat people up.
Yeah. Come on. Iranian revolution is something else. I really hope something good comes out. No one's talking about it. The West is not talking about it enough.
Yeah.
I mean, these young people are taking on that horrible machinery that runs and oppresses people, and the women that have been just beaten up for nothing. A few have been killed for not wearing the hijab or wearing it loosely. I mean, it's just madness.
Well, if it matters, apparently Priyanka
No, but
Chopra
why aren't our
spoke up
leaders?
a bit.
Priyanka Chopra Jonas.
Why aren't our
Yes.
leaders taking a stand?
Why don't they ever?
They would never. Why would our leaders
No, the
get
West,
involved
the
in
West
the first
also.
place?
All the great
No one
democratic
cares.
bodies of the world, Western Europe, America,
I tell
Canada,
you what,
India.
in the
not a
world,
word.
it is kind of pattern that we've seen where no one cares about an international issue unless it's happening to white people. That's just
No,
how,
that,
that's just
you're
how
not.
it
You may
works.
not be off the mark. I don't know.
And Ukraine just made it.
Or not. They can decide later because it's
Because,
like a
but they
50.
even said it. They said, like in a news channel, they
Yeah.
said, I can't believe something like this is happening
Yeah,
to people
Syria-
that look like us.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
Yeah.
No, because if you look at
In an
the
English
horrible thing
news
to
channel.
compare tragedies, but Syria has had its share, and nobody seemed to care. I mean, Syria has been
Yeah.
bombed left, right, and center.
Yeah,
For
because-
example,
It's over.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, Rwanda was terrible.
Well, the right
world
wing in
talked
India
about
does
it.
talk about it, to be fair. They say that here you're fighting for right to wear hijab. But they support women who don't want to wear hijab. So they use it for their agenda. But
okay, so what you're saying is the government is asking Parsis go back to Iran.
They will eventually. Your number will come after a few years when they run out of.
I think Iran will democratize.
Everyone's number is
democratize. Iran will democratize, and then you see how many of us will go back and come back, go back. Because you'll have one
Iran
house
is
there,
on the hit list for the US.
That all changed. If it becomes a democracy, it goes in the right direction. Then for everybody else, nobody's scared anymore. Who wants the nuclear arms?
They have McDonald's. So it's all good.
They start playing cricket. The item numbers can perform there. If you can do an item number in a bad comedy act, we can all go there and make money.
Yeah, like Saudi has wrestling events now.
No item number there.
Yeah, no, but you can do it if
Saudi has hijacked golf. You want to talk about that?
They destroyed the sport. In sand.
No, they created the alternative tour and that's it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So,
there you go. Money talks, bro. I hope our podcast, something happens like to our podcast.
But then can women play like they can't see?
No, don't go so far. One step at a time.
Just asking.
One step at a time. This is a long process.
So there are wrestling events there, and then the women allowed to wrestle, which is a big thing.
Female wrestling.
Yeah, but they have to wear full overalls.
Are they proper females or those people who are not sure?
No, Kylie is not there. But
what did they ever do to you? The Kardashians are the fabric of a future society. Each one of them is hot, good looking, and really doing well.
Successful.
Super successful. You can't deny that. Rich, yeah. And young girls all over the world want to be like them. And some young girls want to be like Jenner. First name is now Caitlyn. Caitlyn.
So the wrestlers had to wear full attire.
He's going back.
Completely ignored.
Yeah. He's like, I want to get my joke in. I've got the punch ready.
There is no joke. It's just funny.
What is the full attire? Actually, they wear the whole outfit.
Yeah, full sleeves.
Okay,
Nothing has to be face. They're allowed, thankfully.
But see, they're exposing a hypocrisy. Just because you're wearing a full outfit doesn't mean you can't fight. I mean, you can fight.
Yeah, but if you're wearing a full burqa, then you don't know who won. Because
that's different. That's on you. That's not on them. They made their statement that they will come to the party, they will fight, and they will assert themselves. After that, who they were is not important because that's your problem, right? Maybe you look bored and upset, but most women do.
It's like I was just waiting for the right time for me to go.
Emma,
okay, that's the episode.
I haven't seen the Kardashians do anything like
you really have. I swear on your mother, you have not seen growing up with the Kardashians. What's it called? Keeping up with the Kardashians.
Oh man, you forgot.
I've seen it. I have seen. I'm going to confess. I've seen full episodes. Okay, I don't get the name right.
And what?
Okay,
seasons?
so I was stuck once on a gig in Mauritius. This Akshay Khanna film, Shawkins. So for 10-12 days, I was stuck. There's nothing to do on TV. There was just 1 or 2 channels to watch.
You can't be stuck in Mauritius. You have to enjoy Mauritius, no?
No, 7 to 7 we shoot and all that. What do you do in the night to kill time? So anyway, so I watched every day. I watched Kardashians.
Oh.
I came back. I was a changed man. Not as much changed as Caitlyn Jenner.
Was it all when Kendall and Kylie were
I don't
kids?
know. Then Maya takes
because it was very funny.
Maya explained to me how. Yeah, exactly.
It was a funny show.
They were teenagers.
Yeah.
It was a few years back.
And then there used to be episodes where Kim would ugly cry. Those things were really fun to watch.
No, so Kim had no emotions. I thought she was a robot.
Oh,
she never showed any emotions of any kind.
It's a meme. Her Kim Kardashian ugly crying is a meme template.
Yeah. But in fact, she was the most boring of the lot in front of the camera for me. I love the mother, whatever her name is.
Kourtney Kardashian's first husband, that Scott Disick, that guy was the most entertaining one back in the day.
Whatever.
He used to say what the audience used to think.
It was like better looking people on Big Boss. It was really good that way in a sense. Yeah.
I never watched it fully. I used to watch like bits and pieces on YouTube. And
I would rather watch cricket. It is less damaging than this.
Everything that I've watched because someone else in my house used to watch it.
Yeah, that's a great...
Hindi serials my mom used to watch.
So
Sports my dad used to watch.
Democracy got you an art form.
Yeah, honestly.
Because you just had to share with everybody.
I never had a thing
choice.
that I watched myself. I just watched what other people were watching.
Wow.
Is that crazy?
Yeah,
even Mughal Azam you watched because somebody.
Yeah, someone else watched. Yeah, even that I watched because someone took me. This is my life. It's terrible.
Yeah, but at least you don't have to watch architecture shows with your spouse. I mean, that's really something else, bro. I mean, Kunal and Aisha can look at walls and describe them. Walls, I tell you. They're just walls. Actually, they're inside a house and they're walls and they're discussing the walls and the quality of the wall. And I'm like, this is your life. Talk about philosophy. Really? You find something in a wall? It's a fucking wall. Without any alcohol or drugs, they're having this conversation. Can you believe it? Oh, man. And I'm still married to her, by the way. Yeah.
Okay.
I think
she likes walls.
I got big walls. Well, I had.
Anamika, that was a nice one.
Anamika will stay forever. This is legend. You can't change that. One of oldest romances, etc. Blah blah blah. Glamorized by 10,000 poets in 15,000 languages and cultures. You just change the name. You say I don't like
so
it.
bad that I said
Anarkali,
that.
it's too wrong. Let's modernize it. Anamika. That's it. Yeah.
All right.
It's been banderified.
Yeah.
But what would Salim be called then if she's Anamika?
First, he's Punjabi, so it's Sleem. It's one word. Sleem.
Someone says Cyrus looks more married to Kunal than Aisha.
Whatever the hell that means, I don't understand what that means. Why would you wish that on your worst? Really? I mean, would it be better that I'm with a polar bear or something? I mean, what's the point of that? It's just a mean thing to say. Don't be mean. And what about him? He deserves a female touch. Okay, whatever, male touch. If that's his thing. Whatever. I mean, it's never too late. 58 too late for love?
I mean,
Have you seen a polar bear ever in your life?
See, they're carnivores. No? So the difference with the other bears may let you live. But the polar bear has to kill you because he knows no other food. So
if you still have the penguins in
there's
Mumbai?
no negotiation with a polar bear. Polar bear is going to have to eat you. And it's not his fault because you're the only food available. There's nothing left there.
But the good thing is they're dying, so...
The good thing is if a Hindu, a Muslim and a Christian are standing there, who does he take? That's for next week. We have to stop. You want to know, Rishi? Rishi's pointing. All right. Nip, say bye. It's your show.
All right. It is time to end this show. I think everybody's bored
about
now.
15 minutes ago.
Yeah. I was waiting for all of you to finish.
Punit goes on and on. Yeah.
It's true. Punit just won't stop talking.
Speaking of which...
you want to plug something? Yeah, let him plug. Sorry,
oh, wait. No, we do have a plug actually.
Plug. Let him plug first, Baba.
No sponsors first.
Yeah. No sponsors, but you finish your announcement.
Finish your plug.
Okay. I'm doing shows in Mumbai this week. All 3 shows. Friday, Bandra. Saturday, Andheri. Thursday.
How can you just give her straight?
Huh?
I don't get you guys.
Yeah,
Say
yeah,
properly when
you
you're
have
doing
to
the show.
tell venue.
I'm just going to Bandra and go, Punit!
It's on Book My Show. They know the drill. They just look for my name and everything.
But
How do you know?
Why do you not want to see the name of the
Just
place?
say the place.
Sure, why not? So Friday, I'm doing a show at Durangos in Bandra.
Okay, you should have just said Bandra.
Oh,
Durango sounds wrong.
A solo show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Saturday, I'm doing a show at Canary in Andheri. And then Sunday, I'm doing
Canary, as we say in India. Canary pe.
And Sunday, I'm doing a show at Backspace in Thane. So I'm covering all ends of Mumbai except Navi Mumbai because they have a different municipality. And next week, I'm in Goa.
The one place where you get parking, you don't want to do a show.
Someone is asking,
Navi Mumbai
does
is
it
the only
cost
place
more
I can
than
take my car safely.
$215?
215.
That's very specific, I know. I don't know why they added that 15. What is it?
Bro,
is that a
that's his
reference?
quota. That's his quota.
It
Is that a
costs
reference that I
less than a
missed?
cheese
Okay.
burst pizza if that's how you want to
It
calculate.
may be a reference. We talk so much, we don't remember ourselves.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. And next week, I'm doing a show in Goa. So
Nice. Goa's fun.
If you have
always.
friends there, or if you're in
Again,
Mumbai.
when you reach the airport, Punit!
All right, everybody.
Show,
Before we go, I just want to tell you, we have a brand new Instagram page for Cyrus Says.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
and it's called What Cyrus Says for all the best bits from the show, memes, and much
Okay,
more.
I'll just
And I think
clarify.
it's-
Don't say best bits because that's plural. The best bit. With luck, we'll find one. So, yeah.
Sex massage has to go in there.
Sex
right?
massage, top of the line. Anamika, not a far second.
All right.
The legend of
And
Niv, yeah.
so follow that Instagram page and show Cyrus some love.
Okay, BMS ads charge 199 plus change.
What?
That's what is 250. Samir is saying.
Crazy.
Kolpevkar. Yeah. It's for our
Acha,
show.
Cyrus Says is
Cyrus Says.
$215. Okay.
215 it is. You should
199 plus they have the tax.
Oh, I had no idea.
tax for what? I
For
mean, should
being
we,
Indian,
should we
that's
pay
the
the tax for making them come?
Because it's a luxury. It's a luxury to be able to watch live
I
shows
think you
like
can reach out to Shreyas and figure out buying the tickets
Yeah.
offline also.
Yeah. And have him
Yeah,
arrested.
Shreyas will reply to you.
And one last thing, do they get food and drink at our show? Is there
I
like,
don't think so.
Oh, it's no food and drink.
It's a studio. I don't think it's allowed. I don't think you're
Shreyas.
allowed to bring anything.
But
in
how do you
there.
guys call people at 8:39 in the night and expect them to just sit around and watch you
Yeah, it's
without food and drink? This is the wrong time. I would
Honestly,
never
I
go.
They
understand
can
how.
eat before. They're
They
not
call them at
children.
6:30 like theatre, 6:37. Bro, 8:39, I'm supposed to just wait then. What time do I eat? 2-3 hours pass and I'm just sitting there
You
with
know
not a
what's
drink.
crazy? The Habitat now has 12 a.m. shows and people come for that.
12 a.m. midnight?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and people some night people are good and they bring these people that are not night people. Those guys fall asleep during the show.
And they're drunk
you know
people
what?
also.
There's nothing I can say because I feel bad. I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't be here if you
All
don't
you
want
need
to
is
be.
a setup which takes long. It's just it's a great joke, but it's just a long setup and boom, people gone. Speaking of which, this show has gone on forever.
Yeah, all right, let's stop the show.
मैं खा के आऊंगी, says Himisha.
I think we're done.
How sad that we can't give them food. Let's organize.
It's time to go. Bye-bye.
No?
Say bye, Cyrus.
Bye. Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps, please. We beg you, we need you. Send us your questions on Twitter on Cyrus Says In. Or you can email us, even if you're not female, on whatcyrussays@gmail.com.